Hello everyone, welcome back again to this channel. In this video we're going to be drafting a waistcoat pattern for 2 years old baby girl. So the first thing I'm going to do is to mark out my pattern paper. I'm going to leave space, 1 inch space, vertically and horizontally. So that's where I'm going to take my measurement from. So after doing that, I'm going to input my shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement is 8.5 divided by 2, that's 4.2. You mark 4.2 also. Then you mark ½ inch to create a slope. Then after marking ½ inch to create a slope, you input the armhole length. The armhole length is 4 inches. You can represent that with dotted lines. Then create an horizontal line or vertical, depending on how you are placing your paper or how you are viewing this video. So you create a curve. So after creating a curve, you input your half length measurement. Half length measurements, I'm making it 9.5 or 9, depending on how you want it. So I made it 9 inches. So you represent that with the dotted line. So that's the waist point. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and measure the length. So I'm going to extend that place by 4 inches from the waist down, add additional 4 inches. Because it's not a crop top, it's supposed to be a normal top, so I add 4 inches extra. So I input my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 22 divided by 4, that's 5.5. So I mark 5.5 inches plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Then I input waist measurement also. So my waist measurement is 21 and a half, depending on how free you want it to be. So divided by 4, input it, they add 1 inch sewing allowance. Then hip measurement also, hip measurement is 24 inches. So 24 divided by 4, that's 6 inches. Add 1 inch extra sewing allowance. So you're going to connect the point from the bust to the waist to the hip. You're going to be joining those points together. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and look for the middle of that waist measurement, the middle point without the sewing allowance. You mark it. Then at the waistline, you measure ½ inch to the right, ½ inch to the left. Then you join those points together as illustrated. So I'm going to replace that 1 inch because I'm going to cut it out, so it definitely is going to be smaller. So I'm going to replace it at the edge of the waistline. So that is it. So the next thing to do is to input the neck measurement. So I'm going to be marking 1.5 inches by 1 inch. That's the neckline. That's the neckline measurement. So after doing that, then at the lower part of the jacket, I'm going to be reducing it by ½ inch. Then join it to that point. So this is the back pattern. So the next thing to do is to cut it out. So this is the back pattern. So we have our back pattern. So the next thing to do is to draft the front pattern. So what I'm going to be doing is to be placing the back pattern on the front pattern. Hold that. So after placing it, so I'm going to mark 1.5 inches for button allowance. Then I'm going to leave 1 inch gap at the upper part. So I'm going to mark 1.5 inches as button allowance all through. Then at the upper part, I'm going to be measuring 1 inch. 1 inch gap. So that's where I'm going to take my measurements from. So after doing that, I'm going to place the back pattern properly and trace it out on the front pattern. So this is what it looks like after tracing. So I'm going to extend that place. I'm going to be extending it by 2.5 inches. Then I'm going to shape in my armhole. I'm going to reduce my armhole. I'm going to reduce like ½ inch from my armhole, from my front armhole. So that's to avoid it from gathering at the armpits. So after reducing the armhole, you trace it out well. So you trace other lines that don't need any alteration. So at the waist point still remains the same. So I'm going to extend the line to create a princess dart as illustrated. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the neckline. So the front neckline is a V-shaped neckline. So it's 6 inches. The length is 6 inches. So I'm going to be inputting that. The neck measurement is 6 inches. 6 inches. And I'll create a curve. So that's for the front neckline. So the next thing to do is to connect those points to create that waistcoat effect at the front pattern. Then I do the same for the other side too. So I trace out the dotted lines that don't need any alteration. So this is the front pattern. So you're going to be putting your buttons there. That should accommodate like 3 buttons. So that's the button area. So you're going to be cutting out that part. So this is the front pattern of the waistcoat. So in case you want pocket, that will be at the waistline. So you just input your waistline length measurement, that's 9 inches. Then at the middle, you mark out your pocket, 1.5 to the right, 1.5 to the left. So that's for the pocket. So if you want to have a chest pocket also, you apply the same principle. You apply the same principle for your chest pocket. So that is all for a baby girl's waistcoat. Note that this particular measurement is for 2 years old. So the next to do is to cut out your pattern. So this is the front pattern. This is your front waistcoat pattern. And this is the back pattern. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Bye.